All right, chat. It's MCU talk today. I wanted to talk about the current state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as of now, considering we just had Comic-Con, so we got some stuff to look forward to in the future. But I already made a Comic-Con video, so go check it out. I don't know, but yeah. So we got some bullet points here. Let's talk. So, for starters, let's start with like how I feel about the MCU pre-Endgame, right? So pre-Endgame, I didn't really hop on the MCU bandwagon until Homecoming, so I kind of came in late, but I was pretty young, so it wouldn't have been the same, But when Endgame came out, I was 12, right? So I still got to experience peak. I saw Infinity War and Endgame in theaters, so I still got that amazing experience. Everyone going crazy, the crowd going wild. It was beautiful, bro. I will never forget that. I was with a group of my friends both of those times. First time I saw Infinity War was a midnight showing with my dad after I had gotten in trouble at school. He still let it slide on a school night. He let me go on a school night. That's why my pops is the best. And I remember seeing Thanos put belt to ass on Hulk, and I'm like, dude. And then he kills Loki and Heimdall, and I'm like, bro, and then I'm like, Thor, bro, I feel so bad for Thor. But yeah, we don't need to get into those. But yeah, so pre-Endgame is, I'm not gonna say it's peak, because I feel like people nowadays are kind of looking back on it through a bit of rose-tinted glasses. I feel like I can have a better perspective because I wasn't like fully conscious for that. True, yes, but I can also fully recognize some of their movies are like pre-Endgame are are on par. If not, some of them are worse than current Marvel things that they've dropped. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. We're not talking about that. So yeah, now post-Endgame. I know everyone likes to say, the MCU fell off after Endgame, but which is actually a very fair generalization, because that is when all the content creation started. Okay, because that's what it was. Disney Plus was a cranking machine. I mean, damn, we did not need that much stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love it because I'm always gonna love this shit. And getting to introduce these weird, obscure, small characters onto the screen, maybe not the big screen, but the screen nonetheless, getting some form of live action adaptation. For example, Moon Knight. I never thought we'd get that, mainly because I didn't know who that was before. And then like Werewolf by Night, that's fucking awesome. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, like, dude, that's cool. That's cool stuff. But like they were pushing it, bro. Like, I'd say their worst year was probably 22 or 23, because like it was bad, and like it was rough. Like, you really look back on it, that was a rough year. I'd say it was 22, because you had Moon Knight, which ended mid, started peak, ended mid. Miss Marvel started peak once again. The first 3 episodes were really good. I love the high school vibes, and the directors Bilal Fallah and Ed, I don't remember his name. It's like some kind of like Arab name-ish. But they did the past 2 Bad Boys movies, and they were gonna direct a Batgirl movie, which got canned. But we're not talking about DC right now. But yeah, so they had sauce, bro. And then they went to India or Pakistan, wherever they went in Miss Marvel, and then that just completely, the show went from here and just straight down the gutter. I was like, bro, what are we doing? Stop. We don't care about clandestines, bro. Damn. Yo, that was crazy. Say it, don't spray it. My bad, chat. Yeah, and then She-Hulk. The only good episode, in my opinion, was the Daredevil one. That's it. Everything else just did not work for me. And then, of course, Thor: Love and Thunder. Fuck that movie. Like the one MCU movie that I actively dislike, which is kind of funny, but still. Wakanda Forever was good. Multiverse of Madness was okay. Had some sauce because it was Sam Raimi, but still, yeah. Basically, you get what I'm saying. So 2022 was a bad year. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. So let's just go with some of the mistakes that they had, that they made post Endgame, in my opinion. So for one thing, Kang started so strong, bro. Loki season 1, He Who Remains, that shit was so cool. I was hype. Kang was only done well in the Loki show, in my opinion. Even in season 2, he was done so much better. Victor Timely was like, he was cool. He was cool. Yeah, I was about to say he was better than Kang the Conqueror from Ant-Man 3, but no, that's not true. He was better. But and then yeah, the whole Jonathan Majors situation. So for one thing, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, balls, and the head when they had Ant-Man defeat Kang. I don't care if it was a weaker version of Kang and they were gonna like build him up to be build up to get stronger variants. I don't care, bro. That just creates some kind of mental shift in the audience's mind where it's like Kang got beaten by a swarm of ants, respectfully, and MODOK. And don't even get me started on MODOK. That's just fucking stupid. But yeah, so like they fucked up Kang. And I can totally see a reality in which they were gonna pivot away from him because there was a few weeks between Ant-Man coming out, Ant-Man 3, and the Jonathan Majors situation, which happened in March, a month after. So I can see a reality in which Marvel saw the reaction to Ant-Man 3 and they're like, ooh, yeah, no, we fucked up. We might have to switch it up. And that's what they're saying they did. I can see that as a real possibility because they fucked up with Kang. But they could have still salvaged that because they still had him in Loki Season 2, you know, which came out later that year, which was peak. I love Season 2 so much. One of my favorite projects that they did post Endgame is the Loki show. I love that. But yeah, so Kang, they messed up. They could have recasted him. I think that would have been the smarter thing to do, considering how much build-up he got. And we're going to talk about the build-up thing right now, actually. So Kevin Feige recently came out and said that, oh no, Thanos, the build-up, all he did was sit in a chair and talk a little bit. That's it. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up, bro. These are not the same. Bro, Thanos and Doom are not the same. Kang is a middle ground between those two, but he didn't have enough time. Okay, Thanos genuinely, you see him. You saw his face, his smile at the end of 2012 Avengers in that post-credit scene. He was there from damn near the beginning. 4 years in, but still damn near the beginning. So you got nothing. And then he used an actual position threat to a character in Guardians of the Galaxy. He got full-length scenes. He was cast well before the two Avengers movies started shooting. Like, bro, Thanos had build-up. Let alone that, the Infinity Stones were in so many different projects, like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Bro, he had the build-up. The stones had the build-up. That's why it's the Infinity Saga. And the Multiverse Saga, it didn't have any structure to it. Now, that's another thing I want to talk about. So yeah, Kevin, you're wrong. Thanos had build-up. Okay, Doom doesn't. One post-credit scene for Doom and one Thunderbolts post-credit scene showing the Fantastic Four, that's nothing. That's literally nothing. It's something. Okay, it's something, and it's better than nothing. But still, you get what I'm saying. It's just not the same. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that they made was the lack of sequels, bro. Look, I don't want to compare it to the glory days, but there's a reason that the glory days were the glory days. Is because they had a way of doing things. Like, for example, right in the post-Endgame era, Marvel has a tendency of having knee-jerk reactions to negativity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the Marvels bombed, which is fair. This one's actually a fair assessment. Some of the characters not getting continuation because the project was received negatively is fine. For example, Thor: Love and Thunder. Just give Thor a break, bro. Let him rest until Avengers. And he's doing so much better in the trailer right now. So that was a smart play. She-Hulk, don't bring her back, bro. We don't need that. Like, respectfully, we don't. Ms. Marvel, that's the one thing they did good on. Gave her a show. In the next year, she was in Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. Good. That's good. Same thing with Photon. I'm forgetting her name. Monica. Yeah, Monica Rambeau. She was in WandaVision 2 years prior. 2 years later, she's in The Marvels. That's good. That's what I'd like to see. That's an interconnected universe. That's good. Problem is, those projects just weren't that good. I'm talking about The Marvels. The Marvels just wasn't that good. It was so aggressively mid and boring. Like, I fell asleep watching that movie. I was just like, it was just so whatever. And yeah, so their problem is the lack of continuation of characters and letting these characters grow with the audience. Or vice versa, whatever. For example, my main culprit is Shang-Chi and Sam Wilson. Now, Shang-Chi is just a weird one. I don't know what they're doing because he has probably one of the best solo introductions into the MCU post-Endgame, right? In my opinion, he has one of the better movies, which is relatively universally loved. People are still in his Simu Liu's comments saying, dude, where's Shang-Chi 2, bro? We still want you back, bro. It's been 5 years since his movie came out. 5. And his next appearance is in Avengers Doomsday, which is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Do you know how many other appearances he had in those 5 years? An animated voice role in What If Season 2, which I didn't even watch What If because I just didn't like the animation style. But still, their problem is they wouldn't commit to anything. They kept pivoting and that just fucked him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shang-Chi should have had at least one more movie, or at least one more live-action appearance by now. Like, seriously, something. And then my boy, Sam Wilson. Son. Okay, look. Granted, yes, he does have more screen time than Shang-Chi in this new era of Marvel. Yes. Problem is, Falcon and Winter Soldier, for one thing, should have been a movie. Okay? They quite literally said it was a 6-hour movie. Just make it a 2.5-hour movie. That would have condensed it, made it more tight. Flag Smashers could have been, they probably still would have been weak as villains, but like at least we wouldn't have had to see him as much. So yeah, like that could have been a banger movie. Also introducing the public to John Walker. More people would know about John Walker for Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was awesome, by the way. Now, Sam taking 4 years in between his show to get him a movie is crazy work. I understand there's delays and the strikes and stuff like that, and then also the death of William Hurt, which R.I.P. But dude, like. I think they just hate Sam. I'm not gonna lie, because his movie was bad. His movie was bad, bro. Like, it just was. I can fully admit that. It's like kind of on the same level as Supergirl for me, but I feel like it had a bit more sauce because the fight scenes were really cool, but more specifically the ones with Red Hulk. I was actually watching an analysis video on the movie the other day, and they were saying the hand-to-hand fight scenes were pretty bad. Like that opening fight with him and Sidewinder, you know, and his crew, where he's like, you know, using bricks to smash that one dude over the head. I was like, that's just the weakest hand-to-hand choreography I've ever, like, not ever seen, but like for Marvel standards, it's just pretty bad. But yeah, so Cap 4 was it just didn't work. Brave New World did not work, but still. And the problem is, he should have had that movie a long time ago. He should have had another movie, and we should have an established Avengers team right now. We should have an established Avengers. We don't know who they are. Fucking what? Sam and Ant-Man and Shang-Chi and Joaquin Torres and Thor and maybe Shuri? That's nothing. That's literally nothing. That's nothing. Thor in the trailer was like, yo, the Avengers before y'all were peak and they still died. Y'all niggas suck. Y'all are horror. Y'all are ass. Like the Thunderbolts, pew, pew. Like Sentry is carrying hard, bro. But seriously, yeah. So yeah, the lack of consistency in sequels and stuff like that, in character continuation and arc building over the course of time, that's what killed them too, because they kept going to new characters. They kept introducing new characters and didn't continue any of the new characters that they introduced. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? That's how you did it before. Cap got 3 movies. Thor got 3 movies. Iron Man got 3 movies, all before Infinity War. And now, Iron Man 2 and Thor 2 were negatively received at the time. They still gave them another movie and course corrected. That's when we got Iron Man 3, which is awesome in my opinion. I know some people don't like the Mandarin twist, but that was I liked it. And Wonder Man was awesome, so they got to bring him back later. And he was also in Shang-Chi. Oh my gosh, bro. And then Thor, The Dark World is garbage. But then they cooked up with Thor Ragnarok, and they got the audience back. That's what you need to do. You need to get better. Get good. Get good. So yeah, this whole multiverse saga just feels hollow. There's just a strainer, just poking holes through everything. There's nothing to hold it all together. The only thing holding it together is Loki. Literally. The god of stories, Loki, is the only thing holding it together. So yeah, now I will give him some props. 2025 was a good turning point for the MCU. Minus Ironheart, which was aggressively mid. But Fantastic Four was awesome. I really liked it. Not the best movie. The third act was definitely my least favorite part because it was pretty weak. But like the first 2 acts, very strong. Very strong. It just didn't wrap up amazingly. But it's fine. Thunderbolts, love that movie. I love that movie so much. I was riding so hard for that movie too. I loved the trailers, the rock, the grungy vibe they were going for. I loved it. And then Daredevil Born Again season 1, it was okay, but it was better than what we would have gotten with the initial show, which had all the recasts and rewrites and just completely writing out Karen and Foggy. Fuck that. So yeah. And then one more thing but I will have to go backtrack a little bit. Nostalgia. No Way Home is awesome, but I fully recognize what kind of movie it is. It's an okay movie, but it's hard carried by the performances and the characters, which is fair. And that makes it a good movie to me. I still love that movie, but I fully recognize that it's not that great of a movie, let alone visual. That's a whole other thing. And then Deadpool and Wolverine. So, Deadpool and Wolverine, I miss the era. The era building up to that movie was so awesome, bro. Like in July 23, when we got the first set photos of Deadpool and Wolverine in their new suits, dude, that was a time, bro. That was awesome. That was a beautiful moment. And the movie itself has amazing stuff in it. I love the movie. I do love the movie because it was a lot of fun. I watched that shit. I remember when it first came out, the entire movie leaked onto YouTube in like 4K quality, and I watched it again like 2 nights after I saw it in theaters. While a little, so that was fun. But yeah, so yeah. Once again, same with No Way Home. I fully recognize what kind of movie Deadpool and Wolverine is, and it's kind of like a nothing. It's kind of nothing, but it still has emotion in it. So I let it slide. You know what I'm saying? Like the multiverse cameo stuff with like all the 2000s Fox characters like Blade and Elektra. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it would have impacted me more if I was in my 40s, you know what I'm saying, and I had watched those movies, not necessarily growing up, but like just I'd never seen any of those movies. Mine is Blade, which is fucking awesome. Also, Kevin Feige, fuck you. Mahershala Ali should take you out in the back alley, grab a baseball bat, a metal one, and bro, he needs something. He needs to run the fade with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be mad as hell. But yeah. So yeah, these are kind of just my general thoughts on the MCU and what they have done wrong, but also what they've done right. I'm not gonna just fully poo-poo on them. Like Guardians 3 was amazing, but that's just James Gunn. You know, that's its own separate thing. But yeah, so they have some gems. But they have a lot of stinkers and just a lot of pretty much nothing burgers. Like they don't really make you feel anything, you know? And that's why Doomsday feels so weird, like the trailer, because we should be feeling the most for this movie. They're bringing the X-Men back. We got a new teams of Avengers. We got Fantastic Four. All of it's coming together. And don't get me wrong, I'm super hyped for Doomsday. Fully hyped for Doomsday. But I also recognize, again, what kind of movie this is. They're doing this nostalgia bait. They're doing the multiverse shit. It's just like, and then like potentially bringing back Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire on the same world and incursions and shit like that. I'm like, we don't need that. All we need is a good story, good character interactions, good scenes, good movie, good fights. That's all you need. You don't need to do all that extra shit. It's cool, but think about it. Infinity War didn't have that. Endgame didn't have that. And those are the best things in the MCU. Civil War, Winter Soldier. They didn't have any of this bullshit. They had good characters, good writing, and a good story, good action. It's a fucking superhero movie. It's not that hard. And I'm not trying to degrade it by saying it's a superhero movie, but still. Yeah, so on to the future. Comic-Con just happened. We're getting Ghost Rider, writing Ryan Gosling. We're getting a new Black Panther. We better be getting a Fantastic Four sequel. We better be getting a Spider-Man 5. I know we are. Dude, like a $465 million opening worldwide for Brand New Day this week. Brother. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, we're definitely getting another Spider-Man. But yeah, I'm excited for Doomsday, Secret Wars, Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3, and the X-Men. I'm hyped for the X-Men, bro. The new X-Men. They gotta stop bringing back the old Fox ones, bro. It's time to let them die. I swear, if I see one of them in Secret Wars, I'm genuinely gonna crash out. They need to all get packed up in Doomsday. Please. Please. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, move on. It's been 25 years. James Marsden said it himself in the interview at Comic-Con. It's been 25 years. Let it go. Let's push it. Dude, we got Magneto and Charles pushing retirement home, bro. Genuinely, but still, yeah, I'm still hyped, bro. And I just hope they can lock in, scale back, dial in, get these characters right, give them another movie to build up their characters, give them arcs, and you'll be okay. We can restore the MCU. Not fully, but we can do better. But yeah, that's it. See ya.